A-Rod, give me that beat.
Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy A-Rod Beats. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down this piano loop that I made earlier today. Then afterward, we're just going to go in and add some drums, make a full beat out of the loop. So yeah, let's get right into it. So before I break everything down, let me just let you guys listen to what the final loop sounds like. So yeah, I went for a more like spacey piano vibe with this one. I haven't made a loop in a long time, but I just got keyscapes, so I figured I may as well like start messing around with it. So yeah, that's what I came up with. Starting with the first sound, this is what I had so far. It's just a, let me go look at the preset. It's the LA Custom C7 Studio piano. I don't think I messed around with anything inside of the actual plugin, but this is the MIDI for that, and this is what it sounds like before any of the effects. So yeah, I played this on my MIDI keyboard. I transposed it because I basically just play the keys, like the white keys. So I transposed my piano and it was just messing around. And this is what I came up with. I started with the bass notes and then it just came up with this. So yeah, I sent that to the mixer track and then I added Valhalla Vintage Verb. So yeah, this is what I used. I turned the decay and the mix down a little bit. I left everything else. I added a little bit of low cut. After that, I just added this EQ, boosting some of the highs to get that white noise and then cutting out some of the unwanted lows. So this is what it sounds like after all the effects. So it's not too big of a difference, it kind of just gives it a little bit more space. Moving on to the second sound, this is the top melody. It's the same piano from Keyscape. I just messed around with my MIDI keyboard while the first sound was playing, and this is what I came up with. So yeah, that was the sound dry. Let me add the effects. On this one, I added, again, Valhalla Vintage Verb. This time I left it on the 1970s color. Concert Hall, I brought the decay way down, the mix to 31. After that, I put on this EQ. I took out most of the lows here. I boosted the highs again just to get that white noise, like I said. And then I added a little bit of chorus. I increased the depth in the stereo range, and then I just brought the mix knob down to 30%. So this is what it sounds like with the effects. So you can kind of hear how it just opens up the sound a lot more, kind of puts it in the back, but it has it still present in the mix. So after that, I got another keyscape open and I just grabbed this LA Custom percussive Rhodes piano. I made some chords behind the bass notes of the first piano, and this is what I came up with. So what I did was I rendered out that MIDI and I turned it into an audio file, and then I put some reverb on it. This time I put the color on the 1980s preset. I brought the decay down to 0.37. I left the mix all the way up on this one because I wanted a really wet sound. I turned up the low cut to 200 Hertz. I added this EQ, just filtering out all the highs and most of the lows. And then I added this gross beat. I put the 1 beat gate on it, and then I turned the mix down to 30%. And this is what it sounds like after that. So it's very, very tucked away in the back. I actually lowered the volume a little bit. I just turned it up so you guys could hear. But yeah, that one is very in the back, but it still adds like this sort of ambient, like atmospheric feeling to the loop. So yeah, it just fills up like a lot of the empty dead space. So one of the final main sounds of this loop is a flute I used. It's a one shot, and again, I just messed around on the MIDI keyboard while everything else was playing, and this is what I came up with. So with the effects, again, pretty basic. Valhalla Vintage Verb, I put the color on now, decay to 1.99, 2 seconds, mix to 40, low cut, pretty much the same thing as always, and then I just added this really, really tight EQ, just cutting out the highs and pretty much all the lows, and it just really tucked it away in the back. So yeah, you can really hear what I mean by tucked away in the back. I turned it up a lot, like I said, so you guys can hear, but I usually turn down those things in the loop just to put it in the back but have it present in the mix. After that, I came in here and just added this expand sub bass, just following the root notes. I didn't put any effects on it, but I turned down the stereo to mono just to make sure that all the bass was hitting in the middle. So yeah, I rendered that out, I put it in a new project, and now I'm just gonna get started on the drums. So let's go. So yeah, that's pretty much the beat done. I'm gonna go ahead and arrange it real quick, make it into a full beat, and then just kind of go over what I made it into.
Hey, Aaron, give me that beat.
So there you have it. This is the full beat arranged. I made this loop earlier, like I said. I broke that down and then I just added the drums like you guys saw. Basically the arrangement, I do this pretty much same layout every time. 8-bar intro, 16 hook, 16 verse, a bridge, and then back to the hook, and then another verse, and then an outro. And then I just go in and make these little cuts and like chops with the hi-hats and the clap, sometimes the 808, just to keep it interesting. These transitions, like you can hear in the beat, it just builds up like the drop right here, and then this sweep that I made, the wash effects, it just kind of like transitions. You kind of know when one portion of the beat is ending and the other one is starting. So like right here, the verse is ending and you can tell the bridge is happening right here because of this transition. Just makes the beat more interesting, I guess. But yeah, I added my tags at the bottom. I added a little fade out, volume fade out right here with the little outro, and then this right here is just the EQ. Basically when the 808 is in, it is all the way up, cutting out the low end of the melody, but when the 808 is out, it leaves the low end, so you have that nice piano sound. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the beat. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was a lot of fun to make. I'm trying to do more of these like tutorial videos. I'm gonna go more into like the vlogging where I just cook up, record myself. You guys get to kind of to see the behind the scenes of that. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you did, make sure to smack the like button, and yeah, subscribe for more. Peace out.